to Plymouth Ice Center for day 2 of the CCX Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament hosted by Wayzata's Trojans. Tonight we start with the third place game, the Edina Hornets and the Moorhead Spuds. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken, and also John Jacobson will join us ringside. And Dan, it's always the question, how do you bounce back after a first night loss? Edina got shut out 2-0 by Maple Grove, and Moorhead, slow start, played better after that, but lost 3-2 to Wayzata.
Kurt Giles can't be happy right now. I mean, not only did they not score, they didn't look very good in playing either. Really kind of a low type effort for Edina. I'm sure they'll bounce back. Moorhead, bad first period, but boy, I'll tell you, they battled back. They got it tied up after 2 and really made a good game of it. So both teams are speed teams, and I would imagine Edina's going to come out tonight and fire the puck.
Moorhead, a really young team, as we talked about on night number 1. They lost some players to juniors and national development. So they have a lot of guys who are high-level Bantam players, but still new to varsity. And their coach, John Ammerman, said, you know, they grew up a little bit on that first night after coming out pretty slow.
Well, considering all the competition in this tournament, yeah, they had to grow up, and they had to grow up quick in order to make a battle of it. And they did. I mean, they played a very good 2 periods. Now if they can put all 3 together, we got something going here. So this game will be a big one for them.
Let's talk about key players to look at in tonight's contest. We're going to talk about a couple of defensemen, starting with one of the captains for the Hornets, in Eddie Revening.
Boy, I'll tell you, mobile, tough, moves the puck extremely well. You're going to have a tough time staying in front of the net with him. But what I like about him, too, he picks it up and runs with it really nicely and moves the puck well. He was their best defenseman last night by a long shot.
And for Moorhead, their defensive leader, one of their real few guys at the back end, Colby Creer.
Yeah, he stood out again too last night. When you consider only 8 goals were scored in both those games with these teams, that's a pretty good defensive effort by all the teams involved. But he stood out really well for Moorhead. And usually you got on defense, 1 out of the 4 is usually a leader to set the tempo, and he'll get the most of the ice time, and he's one of them.
All right, we'll see who comes out on top here in the third place game later on tonight. It's the championship between Maple Grove and Wayzata. The Hornets and the Spuds go at it next here on CCX Sports.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center as we get set for the third place game. Edina and Moorhead, and we kind of joke about it every year, Dan, but obviously there's going to be a pretty good 0-2 team after tonight, but that's just the way it goes when you have good quality competition to start it out. There's a look at our bracket with Maple Grove and Wayzata. 2 teams in our viewing are meeting for the championship, which I don't think has happened much, if at all. And then Edina and Moorhead playing here in this third place contest after a 1-goal game and a 2-goal game. As Dan said, goals were kind of hard to come by in that first night. I mean, there wasn't a lot of open space in either of those games necessarily, even though you got some very quality offensive players as well. There's a look at Robbie Clarkowski back in net, a big goalie, a good goalie. Had a nice game last night, I thought. They got a couple goals on him, but he's certainly a quality netminder, returning starter for the Hornets. And at the other end in the mix there as well as a returning starter from a year ago as well, Kai Weigel. I thought, he ended up giving up 3 goals, but I thought he was really good and kind of kept them in it early against Wayzata. He made some saves when it was 2-0 that if those had gone in, that would have been a whole different game.
Well, goaltending here has been good. All the goalies in this tournament, Jay, right now have a better than 90% save percentage, which is really good, especially for the first, game or so. Usually one will drop below into the 800s, but goaltending and defense were really good last night. Well, we'll see if the Hornets can come alive here. Boy, that goose egg had to put a little craw in their throat. You know, that's not Edina like hockey, so to speak.
Ooh, and an early hit that knocks Bobby Cowan down, and he is very slow to get up here. Moorhead ends up icing the puck. Cowan will make his way to the bench. He went kind of awkwardly into the boards there.
Took it on that shoulder, right behind the shoulder there, and that's a pretty vulnerable spot too because of the shoulder pads separate there, Jay. Took a raw hit on the boards.
You see right as Ryerson bumps him off it there. No penalty call there, but a little painful one here. Mason Kraft sending it long, a little beyond Ryerson's reach, and on fresh ice it has plenty to get there all the way down the rink for icing, so we'll come right back into the Moorhead zone. Not a bad idea there, just didn't quite execute it. There is a look at Kurt Giles, and as expected, I asked him, what did you think last night? And he said, saw some things I didn't like, saw some things that I liked. He's not going to get too up or too down after a first night of hockey with that much experience that he has. And like we said, the test and same with Coach Emmerman, he said, the one thing he liked is he said, I thought we grew throughout the night last night. Where,
very much so.
You just didn't like the start they had necessarily, but he said he thought we just did a lot of things better as the game went on.
I don't think Moorhead could have played a worse first period than they did last night, and then they really put it together and show what kind of team they are. So this should be a pretty good game here. But I'm expecting low scoring here, 1 or 2 goal differential at the end.
Pops out in the high slot here. Ryerson coming back to get it for the Spuds. Trying to bank that one ahead for Kraft, and they've had a few missed passes in the early going. Kind of the underlooked factor in a game like this to me, I think a little bit too, is the disappointment of losing the first night. How quickly can you wipe the slate clean mentally for these guys? You want them to be eager to get back out there and get that taste out of their mouth, not still kind of hanging their head from night number 1. And I think probably with a more experienced Edina team, I would guess that they were, feeling disappointment maybe a little more than Moorhead possibly based on that. I mean, like all 4 of these programs kind of expect to win, as we said, but I think for Edina, they probably feel they have more to prove on night 2 maybe than Moorhead a little bit.
I would agree. I don't think either coach is upset. I know Kurt Giles is, and he just said this is a nice warm-up tournament to face some really good competition right away.
Long run thrown on net there by Jack Arnold, the defenseman, and Klarkowski will glove it and hang on. So a face-off coming up in the Edina zone. Quite a few whistles in the early going here. A little bit of a sluggish start. I don't think you have quite the intensity and atmosphere as on the opening night. The crowd right now not nearly as big. It's still a good crowd, but it was jam-packed in here last night.
Well, we had some icings because Moorhead's trying to stretch the ice. They're trying to pull the Edina defense off the blue line, the attack blue line, and get some attack going. And that's why they had this long stretch passes. And I would imagine they'll continue to do that for a while.
Revening, whipping it around to Matt Vandervoort. Forced back to the corner here as they'll try and reverse it. Ooh, knocked loose there. Finally gathering it is Lucas Cole for the Hornets. Dumping that one on in. Weigel stopping it. Trying to free it back up in the corner there for the Hornets was Cowan, who is back out there after getting shaken up on that first shift. And banked to himself there by Caleb Alderson, but forced back. Hornets coming strong on the forecheck here. Nice breakout pass though to Alderson. Offside there as Hasbargen wasn't anticipating that last little deke.
Well, they didn't call it. They didn't catch it.
Yeah, I think the arm did go up, but they quickly were able to clear it. Weigel has that one pop up in the air.
Well, Moorhead's got to get a little more physical with Edina here in the corners and knock up that forecheck a little bit because it has been potent. Look at this. Good initial contact and then support from guys coming back through and behind.
There's that bad bounce board again. Weigel was ready for it. They got burned by that on one last night that popped out in front and led to a Wayzata goal. Hornets trying to control that draw there. Nobody really won it cleanly. Now thrown to the front, but it's off a skate. Turnaround try there, though. Good work by Ryan Flaherty for Edina. They've been a little more physical in the early part than Moorhead, for sure.
Yes, they have.
Chip back into the spud zone down the corner. Brooks Cullen to it. Hasbargen had it knocked loose. They can't get it out. Now looking for the tip out front. Weigel will save the rebound. He stops another, and Kai Weigel standing his ground there as Edina, after the turnover, had a pretty clear lane from the point to shoot that, and then somebody in front for the tip as well.
Mason, number 11.
Flaherty, yeah.
Yeah, Flaherty was in front, just all by himself, standing there. And illustrating the Edina putting the physical power on.
Going to redo this draw here. Till both centers out. Arnold swinging it around there to Kraft. Now looking to Ryerson. Able to chip it in deep there. Revening back to get it. And they'll deflect it to center, but then Arnold picking it up.
Nice play by Revening there, because he had a guy all over him and he still got a clean pass out and he broke it up cleanly.
I've said this in past years. I always feel like one of the most overlooked key parts to having a good team is if you got a couple of good puck-moving defensemen that just kind of make the breakout look easy. You don't even necessarily notice it because it feels like that's how it should be, but then you see other teams where they struggle with that.
That first pass is key in the breakout at all times.
Chip back out to center. Spuds will regroup. Here's Creer. Ryerson tipping it ahead. Kraft able to come up with it. Throwing it to Ryerson, but he was unable to get around Barrett Dexheimer there. Hornets back the other way with Vandervoort. Pushed back down deep there by Cole. He has it taken, but then stepping up to break it up was Cowan. Edina has been aggressive and effective on their forecheck so far. Revening up with it here. Nice pass there onto Cole's stick, but too much traffic to get through. Shot back out to center. Battle for it along the wall here. No score on the board. Edina and Moorhead in the third place game. Maple Grove Wayzata coming up in the championship tilt here tonight at the Turkey Trot for 2022. That pass gets away. And a heavy duty hit thrown there by Robbie Hoke. And I could make the case for interference possibly there. Was it a little late? Carried ahead now up the left side for the Spuds. Dave Carlson pushing that one deep. Revening comes up with it. Long pass gets through everyone. Weigel stopping it. A little dangerous as he threw it across there to Songstead. Now Colin Baumgartner, he takes a hit in the corner from Flaherty. Not many passes that Moorhead's getting away with where they're not feeling the body right as they're making the pass or right after.
First guy in takes the body. The second guy comes in and picks the garbage up that's left over. And they've been very effective with it right now.
And it's one of those things that you want your team to get in the habit of doing too, I think. Is, taking the body is still very much a part of hockey. Everybody loves the pretty goals and the tic-tac-toe 3-on-2s and all that, but sometimes physical teams, it really shows up in the state tournament when you've got teams. You think of some of the Hill Murray teams where they just would pound you relentlessly. Mostly legally, sometimes a little extra edge or whatever, but, just being consistent and taking the body can really start to show up in third periods, it feels like, too.
Those legs all of a sudden ain't moving like pistons anymore.
And you just put that little moment of hesitation in a guy's mind a little bit, too, if he's expecting to get hit.
Well, as a D, too, you know, the first time you get an opportunity to go into the corner, into the boards with somebody, you want to hit them as hard as you can, legally, obviously, but let them know that every time you walk in here, you ain't going to like it.
Spuds carrying it in there, but Charlie Sandvin getting a block on that shot attempt.
Considering all the time the Hornets have had inside the Moorhead zone, they really haven't had a lot of shots on goal.
No, just a total of 4. 1 by Moorhead and 3 by Edina. I agree. It feels like they've kind of dominated the game, yet they haven't really put together clean chances either. Freer's shot bouncing wide of the net. And that's to Moorhead's credit when they've had some turnovers, but they've generally covered up for them. Freer banking it around to Lindbergh. And down he goes. The arm stays down on the guy with the stripes. Freer back to pick it up. Asbargen's pass intercepted at neutral and thrown back in by Grant Olson. Edina changing, so plenty of time for Lindbergh to get things settled. Deflecting away, though, at center from Brooks Cullen and thrown right back in. And behind the net, Freer got stuck a little bit. Centering pass comes out to the point. Mason floating one. There's a deflection. Weigel to save. The puck laid loose for a moment. Now a turnaround try sails wide. Revening pinching in to keep that alive for the Hornets.
Moorhead they are not moving their legs, Jay. They're kind of standing stationary.
Ryerson floating it in. Klarkowski's going to glove it and hang on. Yeah, you're right. They're having quite a bit of trouble breaking the puck out, and when they do, it's generally not been clean. You know, there's a look at that nice deflection there by Lucas
Beautifully
Cole.
done.
And then Weigel right here tried to cover it, but his defenseman came in and they didn't get a clean clear, but at least got it out of there. Or actually it was a
I really like that second shot, though, too. You know, fire the puck at these guys. You're not going to score unless you fire the puck on them, so shoot.
Rebound, and it's off the pipe. Ian Ness dinging the one off the goalpost as a bouncing puck came loose in front. And best chance for Moorhead right there was a near miss. Centering pass was knocked down there by Dexheimer.
Oh, beautiful breakout.
Hornets coming hard up the left side now with Flaherty. Tried to float that one through, but nice play to break it up by Baumgartner. Now the other way, chance for a little 2-on-1. Kraft, oops, waited too long with that as the defenseman went down to take away the low pass anyway.
Beautiful layout. Boy, I'll tell you what, you don't see a lot of D doing that lately. And for a number of years, Kurt Giles used to be a master at it.
Yeah, because threading the needle on a little saucer flip is, you know, the odds become a lot harder if you can't make a clean pass. There it deflects in. Ryerson floating through the middle, and Kraft found him for the quick little tip in, and Moorhead on the board first. Kind of been outplayed so far, but they'll take that one as Ryerson getting the deflection goal. He had their first goal last night as well.
Second goal of the season here, but a nice play, like I said, by Kraft to get it going with the helper. A nice play here. Uses the net to his advantage, and he just skips it by the little opening between the D and the pipe. And his teammates in the right position.
Yeah, Ryerson got the stick down like he should and snuck it under Klarkowski there. So Ryerson will get the goal, and the Spuds take a 1-0 lead, even though they've been outplayed so far.
Yeah, it was kind of a gift. Now we'll see if they get a little jump in their skates. Oh, nice play by that D.
Career will get the second assist on that one along with Kraft. So Ryerson scoring at 8:53 for Moorhead as they go up 1-0. Across to Revening. He'll dump that one on in. Weigel back there to stop it. Again, Edina jumping in on the forecheck, able to break that rush out. Turnaround try. Ooh, and he had quite a bit on that one. Good shot by Cowan there.
Well, good for Cowan. They need to start shooting the puck. Ooh.
Now this will be a penalty coming up against Moorhead. Is there going to be a trip called there as they took Vandervoort down?
Well, neither one of these teams were really sharp on the power play last night. 0 for 6 totally between the two of them, but see if Edina can get an opportunity. At least start, as a coach, you just, guys, shoot the puck. Let's get some pucks on net here. We got shut out last night. Now we're down by a goal. Come on, start firing rubber at him.
Joe Corton goes for a trip for Moorhead, so Edina now down 1-0, but they get a power play opportunity here. Back out to Revening. Fakes the shot, drops it over left side. Quick shot, Weigel to save. Puck still loose as Mason got a good look away with traffic in front. Revening will play it down deep here for Cole. Tip loose by Ryerson, and he's able to get it all the way down the rink. Nice job there by Aaron Ryerson. Obviously one of their better scorers, but doing the job on the PK as well. Mason West bringing it in, throws it around as Edina gets their power play set up here. Revening, dropping it right side. West swinging it across, got away from Mason there. Revening shot deflecting wide. Creer trying to float it out, but Mason gloved that one down. And that one deflecting high off the glass. It stayed in play. Back across it comes now to Mason. Mason shooting. Just missed that far post. West back to Revening, and it got away from him. Hasbargen pressuring him. Ooh, Hasbargen, I thought got away with a cross check there, but since they're already down a man, they'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Cowan kicks it into the Moorhead zone. Oh, it is going to be a cross check.
Yeah.
I didn't see the arm go up, but I think it was definitely the right call there.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought they were calling an icing for a moment. It wasn't icing, so it had to be the penalty.
Cross check. Another look at that first opportunity. Tried to sneak it through 5-hole. Then the puck pops loose right there, but just too many bodies in the way. And then here's the cross check on Hasbargen. And honestly, Dan, I think it was the official that was farther away that saw that one and called it. And so I didn't see the arm go up. I thought he had gotten away with it. But. So now a 5-on-3 for Edina. And I'm always kind of the opinion, too, that, you make sure it really is a penalty if they're already short. And that really was. I mean, I think you can't let that go.
No. It was in the back. It took the guy out of the play. It affected the play. You've got to call that.
Ryerson getting to it and able to bank it down. So the first penalty to Corton is now over. It's a 5-on-4, though, for about a minute and a half here for Edina. Alverson up the right side. Flip it back to Flaherty. He'll go back down to the corner. Now they set up from there and flood that right side. Shot attempt there, blocked by Lindberg. Spud's doing a pretty good job keeping him to the outside here, aren't they?
Good tight box.
That one fought off with the blocker by Weigel, but they're unable to clear it. Now they get it out second try. Dexheimer will swing it back across now to Sandvin. They want to get their first power play unit back out there. But puck taken away and thrown down the rink by Joe Corton. Under 4 minutes to play now in the first. Moorhead leading at 1-0. They've been outshot 6-1, but they have the only goal. Edina on the power play here still, though, for about another 25 seconds. Look for the tip, but that one goes to the corner.
The Moorhead D right now is being very effective in front. They really are. I think they've given up one good opportunity to Edina, and that's about it.
Penalty is now over. Moorhead back to full strength, so they're able to kill off brief 5-on-3 and then the rest of the 5-on-4. Oh, and there's Weigel making a stop as they put one on net and they redirect. Cole was out front.
I love that play, Jay. I love that play. Was that 20 number Mickey Mason? And what was the key there? He got it on net and a rebound was available. Now look at that angle. But boy, it's right there on net.
Face off in the Moorhead zone. We'll see if the Spuds gain some momentum from getting the kill or if Edina kind of keeps the momentum from having had that power play, even though they didn't necessarily do a lot with it, but you kind of get that feel for possessing the puck a lot in the offensive zone. Ooh, and that one sailing up high. I think Weigel saw it a little late. Attempt blocked. Centering pass picked off by Cullen Wilson. Now Creer, the defenseman, carrying it up the left side. He'll throw it in deep. Hasbargen to it first. His pass hit Creer's skate though. Ooh. Creer throwing a check, and I think that's going to be a penalty. Yeah, an interference, I would guess.
Yeah.
Puck wasn't quite there yet, and Creer's going to go. He had 3 minors last night, so Moorhead has taken all 3 of the penalties so far. Coach saying, "Are you sure he didn't have the puck?" It was. Yeah. I guess I could see that one going either way.
Well, last night Moorhead took 6 penalties, which is the most by any team in the tournament. And they've taken 2 here. That's going to catch up to you sooner or later.
Drop back now to Revening. Looking for a tip out front. Circling through there was Cole. Mason giving it back to Cole. Under 2 minutes to play in the period. Edina back on the power play. Shot deflected, and then the follow-up try. Weigel. I like the way Weigel, I mean, he gets down nice and low and can handle those low shots well. He's a much, shorter goaltender than Klarkowski, which obviously each of those things have their pluses and minuses. When you get a real big goalie, it looks like there's not very much to shoot at. But then on the other hand, a lot of times the smaller guys are, pretty quick to pucks that stay low.
Well, the other part is positioning is nice. Both of these guys get out on the crease. They don't stay inside the net, and they cut that angle down really good.
Pass outside of the blue line there. Revening has to circle back. Cowan went down, but they do get the puck cleanly into the zone anyway. Floated across there to Mason. He shoots, and that one knocked down by Weigel. Again, they had a screen out front, or a tip attempt. Minute 15 to go in the period. Moorhead leading it 1-0. They've really only had 2 decent chances. One went off the goalpost and one went in. And Weigel doing a nice job getting out to play that one and clears it down the rink. Halverson up the right side here. Gets the return pass. Out front, but just mishandled there by Dexheimer.
Boy, that's 2 that the puck on the fumble. They had nice setups.
There's a quick shot on net pad, saved though by Weigel. Dexheimer swinging it across. Another attempt. Weigel to save and hangs on. He has been busy, and Edina, I will say this for them, they're definitely doing the job of getting some traffic in front.
Yep.
But so far has not paid off in anything getting past Weigel.
Well, for the slow start, they now got 11 shots on goal. Moorhead's won it. Unfortunately, the save percentage is not quite as good for them as this is for Moorhead. Sorry.
Hornets win the draw. Penalty time is now over. Moorhead back to full strength. Ryerson steals it. Have a chance coming back the other way. And nice block on that pass. It comes back out front though, and then Kraft's shot goes wide. Now Edina looking to counter, but Arnold intercepts that and throws it back in. Under 10 to play in the period. Flip to the line, but not out. And a long one on that. Klarkowski a save. Edina kind of a careless turnover at the end. Gave Moorhead a little bit of an opportunity on that shot from the point. So we have come to the end of this first period. Edina dominating in shots, but it is Moorhead with the only goal It is 1-0 Spuds after 1 here at the Turkey Trot.
Welcome back to the Plymouth Ice Center. John Jacobson now with John Ammerman, head coach of the Moorhead Spud. And John, probably a little more time you wanted to spend on the penalty kill right in the first period.
Yeah, and kind of carry over from yesterday. We actually yesterday drew up the penalty kill on the board before the game. That's all the work we had done on it. And first 2 games here, we're getting plenty of work in game. So hopefully we're better at it coming through.
I think I've been impressed the first 4 periods of the season with your defense and goaltending. How have you seen it?
Yeah, Kai Weigel now for 4 periods has been our best player. He handles the puck so well back there. He's a calming influence. Our defensemen are finding their game and figuring out what they need to do. But like you said, we'd like to spend more time 5-on-5. Obviously, it kind of runs you down and you're running on fumes the second game in as many days chasing.
And then finally, going forward, the second and third period, what do you need to do to generate more offense? Is it just stay out of the box and get more of those 5-on-5 opportunities?
Yeah, that's a start for sure. I thought 5-on-5 we did fine. It just we didn't have much time 5-on-5. So, a decent start. Obviously, one kind of a goofy bounce or a funny bounce for us, and we're okay with that. And hopefully, we're done in the box for a while and we're able to play and roll through some guys here.
Thanks for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you very much.
After 1 period, Moorhead leading Edina 1-0 in the third place game of the Turkey Trot tournament. We'll be back with more of our first intermission on CCX after this. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV. We are back in our first intermission of the third place game of the 2022 Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. Moorhead leading Edina. Coming up in the championship game at around 7:15, Wayzata plays Maple Grove. One of the assistant coaches for Wayzata is Miles Deeth. And Miles, you played in this tournament about a dozen years ago, won it your junior year. What are your memories of Wayzata hockey in this arena and specifically playing in the Turkey Trot?
Well, it's just a great way to kick off the year, actually play for an actual championship and see how these young guys and the guys that maybe not have as much experience as some of the other guys, how they react to this type of pressure, I think is the biggest thing for us, and it was always just fun to kick off the year as a player. So,
did you have a lot of fun with your teammates here playing in this tournament?
Yeah, I think we won it twice, maybe lost in a shootout my senior year to Maple Grove. Could be wrong on that, but it was always, like I said, just to get in top 10 opponents and just see how what you need to work on mainly, and then how you stack up against the other teams is great.
In addition to your work with the varsity program, you're now Director of Hockey Operations for the Youth Hockey Association, which has got to be huge. Tell me about that job and how many players you have this year.
Yeah, so they hired me over the summer to kind of handle the in-season development for all the youth teams and boys and girls side. So just got through running tryouts and getting all the teams going, and just really what I'm trying to do is help our coaches understand how to teach these kids better. So I'm sending them a lot of content on, whether it be systems or, skill development, anything like that. So It's been really fun. It's something that's allowed me to stay around the community and make this a full-time job, so it's awesome.
How important is that connection, too, between the high school program and the youth program?
Well, I think it's everything. I think that's what Pat tried to start with the Wayzata way. Just having that all the way down. What do you think of when you think of a Wayzata kid? And then eventually our culture bringing up to the high school. So having that cohesiveness really helps. When they get to us at the high school program, they already understand what it means to be a Trojan. So,
Miles was a terrific high school hockey player, but he was a really good golfer too. Played college golf with South Dakota.
Yeah, I played at South Dakota. I kind of, in my junior year of high school, I had decided I didn't really want to play the 2 or 3 years of juniors and delay college, so I had an opportunity to play golf, and it was a great experience. Got to travel all over the country and play a lot of nice courses, so it was great.
So who wins in a skills challenge in hockey and golf, you or Coach O'Leary, or both of those?
Well, Pat's got me on the ice. I mean, he played at the U. He's a big body, so one-on-one I struggle, but I definitely haven't. He's beat me one time in golf, one time.
You can tell, get out and play a lot during the summer?
Yeah, we try to play every Friday morning. With our schedule, we go Monday through Thursday on the ice, so Friday mornings are always open. We always play. So, yeah.
Miles, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight in the championship and the rest of the season.
Thanks for being here. Yep.
All right. Miles Deeth, assistant coach for the Wayzata boys hockey team. We'll take a break, and Jay and Dan will have highlights from the first period and more hockey from the Turkey Trot and the Plymouth Ice Center on CCX in a moment.
Welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center as we get set for period number 2. Moorhead leading Edina 1-0 after one period of our third place game as we check out some highlights from the opening period. And the score may be a little misleading because Edina certainly had more shots and chances. A couple of saves here by Kai Weigel in close. Moorhead trying to answer at the other end. Karkowski making a glove catch, but he didn't see a whole lot of work. There's one dinging off the pipe, but here's an opportunity that Clarkson kicks out. Here's the goal. Kraft coming behind the net, slips the pass, and Ryerson just shoves it in between the pads of Karkowski. That was the only goal of the period, and you see the shots favoring Edina, the scoring chances, as well as John and Coach Emmerman talked about more penalties than the Spuds would like. They took 3 in that first period. However, the good news, they killed them all off. So we will come back here with our second period here, and later on tonight it's Maple Grove and Wayzata playing for the championship, the Turkey Trot Tournament here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back here. Aaron Ryerson, the only goal of the game so far for the Moorhead Spuds, as he has scored once each night so far, as the Hornets have gone 0 for 3 on the power play. But they did a lot of good things there, Dan. You kind of made the comment between periods that they've done everything right except put the puck by Weigel. I mean, there's a lot to like about the way they played, even though they trail.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And they needed to do that. Now they got to get that one. Once they get that first one, we generally see the floodgates open up.
And for Moorhead, I think they definitely started out very slow. They had a lot of trouble breaking the puck out. earlier. I thought as the period went on, that settled itself a little bit. But all in all, even though they're ahead, they were outplayed. I don't think there's much doubt about that. And as Coach Ammerman said, though, when you play probably half the period shorthanded, it's hard to look good in that scenario too.
Well, messes your lineup, but some guys are getting more ice than others and makes it hard. And but you know what? They had the same situation last night. They had a bad first period, and they came back in the second period, like Chargers, and we'll see if they pull that off again tonight now.
See, these teams played in the state tournament consolation championship a year ago with Edina getting the W. Banked high off the glass and out. Cowan able to track it down, trying to go to the net there, but ridden off by Lindbergh. Ness's pass to Kraft. Edina looks like they're more than ready to take the body again as they were early in that first period.
Well, Moorhead's going to try and make quick escapes here and try to do some stretch passes or get it up on the boards and skate to it in the neutral zone. That takes away the physicality of the Hornets.
Kraft's long attempt blocked there. Kraft trying to steal it back and almost did so. Oh, we're going to have a penalty though.
Yep.
Be a hook coming up here.
Well, we talked about this last night. We'll talk about it again tonight. The last thing that really starts coming into play here and working well for you is your specialty teams, primarily the power play. And
Vandervoort's going to go for hooking as Moorhead will get its first power play chance, just 50 seconds into the second.
Is he wearing a mask, Kurt? Never changes his expression.
Klarkowski had that one bounce up in the air off his pads on Creer's point shot rebound try, and Klarkowski stands his ground there and makes another stop. So he gets tested a couple times there early in this power play. Weigel faking the pass there and get a good look there at what Coach was saying too about how he handles the puck so well too, besides just being good at stopping it.
That was a great head and shoulder fake.
To the middle, shot attempt was knocked down. Klarkowski stumbled. And now it bounces out. Here comes Halverson shorthanded. Trying to go to the net, turns the corner. Whoa, and then big time collision there as Corton and Halverson flew into Weigel and the goal.
Kind of got away with one there. That should have been goalie interference. They probably assumed he pushed into it, but it looked to me like he went in on his own. Well, there's a nice gesture. Good for you, young man.
Halverson went to check on him there.
Ooh. You see what I mean?
He brought the elbow into him.
Yeah,
I thought at first, I almost was going to say, I don't think so, Dan. I think he was checked in, but you look at it again, and if he had just kept the arm down, I think it would have been fine, but he definitely brought the elbow into the chops there of Weigel. The officials discussing, but I don't think there's going to be any penalty call out of this. Some of the Moorhead bench might have seen what you saw. Yeah.
Gee. Ouch.
And there's no doubt the defenseman, or actually it's not a defenseman, but the back checker Corton, kind of nudged him into someone, but then he came up with the elbow on his own.
The umpire leaned into him quite a bit, but either way, they didn't catch it, so apparently all's fair in love and war, so, and he's okay, so that's good. Uh-oh, here we go again.
Schaefer coming back, chopped away from him by Arnold. Schaefer will turn and knock it back, and now the Spuds get it again. Ryerson swings it across to Arnold. Jack Arnold dropping it to Kraft as they get their power play set up here. Kraft putting it out front, and Ness's shot goes just wide. Kraft works his way to the top here. Lindbergh now back for Kraft. Kraft going to the middle, fires, but a nice block there by Sandvin.
That was a beauty.
Well, he made a nice move around the first defensive player, but then Sandvin stood his ground and made a great block.
Whenever they split and come down the middle on your defense, you're not going to be real happy as a coach. But a nice play by the D there, recovering well.
Lindbergh will shovel it in. Penalty time is over now. Hornets back to full strength. Vandervoort tipping it into the Moorhead zone here. Ooh, and falling there. Songstead. Hornets end up with it now. Here's a quick shot. Weigel to save. Big rebound, but they blocked that attempt. Cole coming up with it behind the net. Now trying to walk it out front. Slipped away from him, and Kraft up with it. Oh, now we get... The net may have come off there, it looks like. Here's a look at that. Great move by Kraft, but then as Dan said, good job squaring it up. Looked like he took it off the glove there, Sandvin.
Yeah, it's nice having those gloves padded, especially when that happens. Boy, there's a good shot right there. And good follow-up. Edina's starting to pick it up a little bit, Shay. They're kind of getting their forecheck organized.
Boy, and Baumgartner just got a stick on that to jab it away. Otherwise, that rebound might have wound up in the back of the net. Horton throwing one on net there, and Hornets able to come out of there with it. Revening leading the rush up the right side. Now Spuds come away with it here as they look to counterattack. Garrett Lindbergh. Lindbergh around behind the net. He'll drop it back to Creer, and that shot was blocked as Cowan came out to meet it. Revening tracks it down here. And that's going to be icing against the Hornets. Just beyond Vandervoort's reach there. So come back into the Moorhead zone here. Still 1-0 Spuds. They've been outshot 13-4, but got the only goal of the first period about midway through the period, and were able to hold off Edina on 3 power play chances in that first. And Weigel's been solid again in net for Moorhead. As his coach said in that first intermission with John Jacobson, he's been our best player so far in these first 2 games.
Yeah, I'd be willing to say that most of the goalies in this tournament, especially yesterday, were the best players on their team.
Flip back into the Spud zone. Now Hasbargen up with it. That one gloved down and thrown back in though by Sandvin. Weigel sending it up the wall. It hops past everyone. Not going to be icing. Hasbargen takes a check. Kept in there at the point. Thrown in behind the Edina net. Sandvin back to gather it there, and then just relayed up an open wing by Flaherty, and that'll be icing against the Hornets. So we've seen kind of a mixture, some good play, some sloppy play, it feels like, in the second period so far, Dan.
They look a little tired. They look like the legs just quite aren't there, and on both teams, actually.
Little extracurricular there on the wing, and
no, you back off. No, you back off.
Officials telling them both to knock it off. Oh, we might have a penalty getting called out of this. Oh no, just exiting the ice there as Robbie Hoke. Spuds win the draw. Lindbergh trying to sneak one through. It's caught up in the equipment though of Edina's John Halverson. So another face-off in the Edina zone here. And now Hoke will come back out. He gives a little tap to Kraft. They probably know each other, but it's still a little message. Kraft shot blocked. He gets it back now. And that one goes through everyone.
Yeah, as far as these, two teams distance-wise apart, they have played each other quite a lot over the past few years.
Yeah, that's something that's obviously changed a lot from long ago where maybe, ooh, that went off the tip of the glove of Weigel. A long time ago, you might not have seen Moorhead or Duluth East or some of those teams playing Twin Cities teams nearly as much as they do now.
Yep.
The only one part of that I kind of don't like is long time ago you used to see maybe a great state tournament matchup of teams that had never played each other, where now that's pretty rare actually to
It
see.
is, sure. Absolutely.
I mean, I think it's better overall for hockey that they're all playing, the best teams are playing each other in the regular season, don't get me wrong. But sometimes it used to be fun when you'd have in your head, I wonder how Edina would look against, Moorhead or
International
Murray
Falls
or yes.
Roseau, yeah. Up there, and you kind of miss that big rivalry of North versus South when you don't see them all year. And then you're playing each other for all the marbles.
Spuds getting plenty of offensive zone time of late here. This one chipped wide. And then it banks up out of play. We'll get a face-off in the Edina zone again. A little fits and starts here. A lot of whistles in the last few minutes here. Not a whole lot of flow or end-to-end action here. Cole and Corton will face it off here. Push back to the point and then drop down deep. Blythe trying to come up with that one. And again, the Hornets struggle to get it out. Chip back to center, where grabbed by Arnold and relayed to the line, but right back out of there by Sandven. Here come the Hornets. Cowan whipping a shot there as you had a screen cutting across the front, and then a little pushing back and forth there. Vandervoort and Songstead locking up, but good timing on that play by Edina, where we watch him hold until his teammate cuts and tries to take Weigel's vision away here a little bit. Didn't quite get it all the way in front of him though, because of the back check.
I got that lead skater got pushed off to the side real quick. Nice play by the Moorhead D there, but the one thing we're going to see here in this beginning of the year, now middle of the year, end of the year, we're going to see a lot more flow, a lot more rhythm, a lot more control by these guys. Pucks are slipping off sticks right now, and they're just not quite putting it all together. 1, 2, 3. But that will change the season for them.
Thrown into the slot there, but chopped away from Olsen. Relayed back down behind the net. Grant Olsen first to it for Edina. Trying to spin out of the check with Warpinski. Look back to Olsen. He'll go a point, but it hops away.
Seeing just little stuff like that, just bounced off his stick the wrong way.
I love the linesman. He was able to get his arm up even while he was fighting his way out of between two bodies there. Good work.
And he didn't elbow the boards while he was doing it.
Ooh, tried to spring it up. Revening able to block that pass for Ryerson. Now Ness giving it over. Hasbargen shot denied. Creer hammering it off the wall there. I think he might have been aiming at that board that is often very lively. Now this pass gets away, but it's going to die and no icing. Baumgartner swings it back, and then the next pass, Songstead hit a skate, and then a steal by the Hornets. Ryerson throwing it across to the left wing here, but Revening stepping up. Here's a chance the other way. Shot on. Pad save there by Weigel. Now Moorhead trying to get it going back with Ryerson going to the net. Ryerson to the backhand. Ooh, and off the tip of the glove of Klarkowski. Nice move by Ryerson.
Nice backhand, boy. Wow.
Vandervoort, he goes with the backhand, and that one coming wide. Now we get some end-to-end stuff here, right? Ness for Ryerson, trying to throw it back out front. Oh, and then a turnover. Ness shooting, and it's knocked down. I think these guys are a little tired at the end of a shift there. He might have made another move or two with that.
Now the other two Hornets up higher by the blue line ran into each other.
Kind of strange how all of a sudden it went end to end for both teams there after we had just talked about how everything was real compact and not many long, open ice to work with or anything.
Oh my, another turnover.
Spuds forced back, banked around to Creer. Pass got behind him again. Now Edina looking to put pressure on. Under 7 to go here in the second period. Still 1-0 Moorhead. They got a goal midway through the first. Here's a long shot. Weigel is saved, and he knocks another one aside, but not really a whole lot of trouble on either of those. Big check thrown by Creer.
It's time to ice the puck, Moorhead. Oh, here we go.
Kraft picking it up. Tried to go to Ryerson. And flip back out to center. They'll dump it back in and then head off on a change. Chip there. Arnold will pick it up for Moorhead, but didn't connect with Blythe. Back into the Hornet zone. Dexheimer. They're able to get it out, but not for long. Arnold with the steal. Then he banks it ahead. Here's Alderson from the wing, firing. Pad save Klarkowski. Arnold pinching in, trying to keep that one alive, but it got beyond him. Baumgartner had it taken away. Does a pretty good job to recover. Whoa, and then they run into the net, and it looks like the back of the net might have hit Weigel in the neck or shoulder there. You don't love those as a goalie. You don't really see it coming either. Weigel got hit in the chops earlier, and then I think the back of the net caught him here.
Ooh, oh, right in the back of the helmet. That's not real hard back there on that pad that holds his head on. Ow.
And I feel like it's worse when you don't really feel it coming either. You know, like when a player's coming at you, you're sort of bracing a little bit. You're not expecting your good friend the net to hit you in the back of the head there.
I love the term good friend the net, Jay. How do you understand goalies? I love it. Oh my.
Nice move in, but Weigel denying Halverson. One of the Hornets' best chances of the night right there on a great move by Halverson, but Weigel stood his ground.
Moorhead looks really tired right now. Their legs are not moving at all.
And that'll be icing right there as unable to connect on the pass, so we'll come back into the Moorhead zone. Yeah, it really feels like they're kind of clinging to a lead. Here's this great move.
That shouldn't happen. That should never, ever happen. There were two of them, actually, that were between the Moorhead D and the goalie. They look tired. They'll be ready to get on the bus to go home.
Oh, and the rebound trickles just wide. Man, things getting physical down there. I think the Hornets sensing like now's our time. We need to put one away here. They're looking sluggish. We've kind of seized momentum back, but
you know, I tell you, once you get into one of these droughts of scoring, it's really tough. Oh, what an opportunity there.
Well, that kind of sums up how the first two nights have gone for Edina a little bit, right?
Yeah. If you would have told me last night that Edina was going to get shut out, I would have laughed at you.
Spud's able to win the draw, but again, they're kind of back on their heels. It was like in the beginning of the game when they just didn't seem to have any avenues on the breakout, although this time they get it ahead to Kraft, but they're offside. As,
just way out of sync.
Yeah.
Way out of sync. Well, it's good to have a good goalie.
Face-off just outside the Edina blue line here with the Spuds still leading at 1-0 again later tonight. Host Wayzata will take on Maple Grove in the championship game.
That should be a darn good hockey game. I was very impressed with Maple Grove last night.
Spuds trying to work some magic here. A quick shot thrown on net by Ryerson, but kicked out of there now. A chance for a 3-on-2 the other way. Vandervoort chased to the corner though. Got it back to the point, but that one partially fanned on. They get it deep again though to Vandervoort. And he's double teamed and gave it up. Tipped loose though. A very nice play by Hoke. Kraft deflecting it there and then picked up by Edina's Grant Olson. Olson going hard to the net. Weigel the save. And now thrown ahead to Kraft. Kraft. Corton going to the net, but a nice check there.
Yeah.
He stayed right with him. Mason. Ryerson. Chip to the center ice area there, and Olson carrying it in for Edina. Blythe back to pick it up, overskated it, but Corton jumps in to help him out there for Moorhead. Pass picked off though by Flaherty. Edina trying to finish a change, so Flaherty did the right thing, just playing it to the corner there, but now the Spuds get it out. Edina regrouping with Revenant. Finds Mason West. Here they come up the middle and offside. A little bunched up. Halverson and Flaherty kind of both filled that opening at the same time there and got a little ahead of things.
Well, I'm going here. No, I'm going here. Well, you know, this communication situation. Oh, he was not offside. Well, wait, it was on the other side. He was on the blue line.
Yeah, trying to drag that right skate, but
yeah.
banked ahead. Edina now around to West. They'll tap it over to Halverson. Shooting, big rebound out front, and then Cole was taken down. Penalty coming up here to the Spuds. As Cole was looking for a rebound, and he was hooked.
And Cryer's going to go for Moorhead. Or is he?
See who they're going to get. Looks like it. Yeah, it's going to be Alderson, number 7, instead of Creer.
Oh, yeah. Big hook. Big hook there. Well, now all the Spuds, Coach Ehrman are looking to just get us to the end of this period without getting burned here. They're going to have to pick their feet up a little bit more here on this penalty kill.
Ooh. Linesman took a shot to the lip, it looked like there on that face-off.
So you think it's easy being a referee in this game, huh?
Well, and let's be honest, the one thing, it's not that easy to be an official in any sport, but these guys having to be such excellent skaters is another factor that you don't really have to think about in other sports. And boy, you give them a ton of credit for, I mean, as much as everybody loves to jump up and down if there's a call they don't like, they make the right call most of the time and hustle into position and all that. Here's Revenant shooting it here, and that one deflects up and over the top.
Oh, Weigel didn't know where it was. He had no clue.
Under 2 minutes to play in the period. Edina trying to even it up here. They're on the power play. To the slot. Shot. Weigel the save there as Cowan got away an attempt, and then they were able to clean up the front pretty well there, so no big rebound.
Boy, it's almost like you just set a tee there for him. He's smacking the perfect spot to score for him. Look at that, right in the middle of the slot, in between the circles.
Hornets able to win the draw again. And Weigel, a glove catch on that point shot from Sandvin.
Boy, he's just cool, calm, and collected, ain't he? It looks like nothing's bothering him. Whatever. Here, have the puck, ref. Go for it. The Diamonds out shooting them 24-9. Wow.
Hornets with 55 to go in the power play. Again, looking for that tying goal. Here's Halverson. Fired just over the top of the net. Keep it moving to Vandervoort. He took a hit from Creer. And then Creer throwing another hard check. And here's the steal.
Mistake.
Ryerson, shorthanded breakaway. Ryerson in, but he missed the net. High bouncing rebound to Ness. That one knocked down. Wow. Turn of events in a hurry there, but Ryerson not quite able to finish it. Halverson up the right side as we're under a minute to play in the period. A little under 20 in the power play. Back across for Revening, and that one goes up high. Then a big bounce out front, and the net comes off as Weigel sprawled out there, and then bodies colliding, and they separate pretty quickly, though. There's a spot where you don't, if you're Edina, you don't want to take a penalty, and that was a smart play by Vandervoort to get out of there. Here's Ryerson's breakaway here. And then the follow-up, I thought, wow, this is going to be a great chance too, but it was blocked. And then there's a look. Weigel got knocked down out front by Flaherty. I think maybe
they got away with one there.
I was just going to say Weigel might be saying, did any chance you saw that? Because I admit I really didn't see it the first time.
I didn't either. No.
And it'll come out of the zone. Mason throwing it across to Revening. 40 seconds to go in the period. Penalty is over. Moorhead back to full strength. There's Corton carrying it in. Played over to Revening. And tipped loose. Arnold back to get it here for Moorhead. He was alone though as his partner was up ice a bit, so did a good thing to get rid of it in a hurry there. Revening back to play it here for Edina. This one gets by everyone, and Cowan coming up to get it. Couple seconds to go, not going to get away an attempt there. So we've reached the end of period number 2, and it is still Moorhead leading it by a score of 1-0 here in our third place game. Some tired guys out here, but it should be an entertaining third period. We'll be right back to Plymouth Ice Center here on CCX Sports.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Back at the Plymouth Ice Center through 2 periods of our third place game, Moorhead continues to lead Edina by a score of 1-0. John Jacobson with Hornets head coach Kurt Giles. And Kurt, you're getting offensive chances, still no pucks in the net here.
Yeah, seems to be a problem. We need a little offense. We need to chip one in here and get back into this game. The kids have worked hard, they've played well, so we just need to chip one in here.
No goals, but are you happy about the way the team's playing so far tonight and this weekend overall?
I'm happier tonight with today's game. They're working harder. They're making an attempt to get to the offensive zone. I'm happier today.
Tell me about this team and what have you seen through 5 periods? Obviously, super early in the season, but what have you liked?
Well, I think we've got some good, strong kids. We've got some good young kids and some good leadership too. So our goaltending is good. So we just need to tighten some things up on the defensive side, And then what we've got to do is we've got to chip in offensively. It's hard to win hockey games when you're not scoring any goals. So we've got to score some goals and take a little pressure off.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck with the rest of the way.
You bet. Thank you.
Kurt Giles, head coach of the Edina Hornets. His team trailing 1-0 against Moorhead after 2 periods. We'll be back with more of our second intermission at the Turkey Trot from the Plymouth Ice Center after this. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
We continue with our second intermission of the third place game at the Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. John Jacobson joined now by Ryan Coyne as an assistant coach for Maple Grove Boys Hockey. They'll play in the championship game tonight here in about an hour against Wayzata. Ryan played in this tournament, much like Miles Deeth of Wayzata we talked to last intermission. What are your memories about playing in this event?
It was always a good tournament right at the start of the year. You play some good teams, kind of get to see where your team's going to be throughout the year, and it just kicks off the season in the right way in a good environment with big crowds, and wouldn't want to start it any other way.
You've stayed involved with hockey. As I mentioned, you're an assistant coach, specifically a goalie coach. How much do you enjoy still being part of the game and part of this Maple Grove program?
Oh, absolutely. This will be my 5th season helping out Maple Grove. It's been a blast. We've had some really good teams come through, a lot of good players. Having good goalies come up makes my job a lot easier. But I love the game. I love helping out, and want to see how the season goes here, too.
You have had outstanding goalies. Is it all the coaching?
No. They work really hard in the off-season, show up, beginning of the season, assess where they're at, see what we got to work on throughout the season, see what our team develops into, and then hopefully at the end of the year we're playing our best.
Tell me about Jack Roach, first-year varsity starter. Looked really sharp last night. How have you seen his game improve just from the end of last season to where he was last night?
Yeah, he worked a lot this offseason, becoming more athletic. He's moving a lot better. He's playing really aggressive. His handwork has been a lot tighter, and his rebound control has been better. And I credit to him. You know, he didn't play football this fall to make sure he's ready for this hockey season, and he's shown that he is so far through game 1.
Assistant coaching for high school hockey doesn't pay the bills, so tell me what you do outside of coaching Maple Grove here.
I graduated with a finance degree, and I work for CJ Schwann's here in Minnesota. I love what I do, a lot of cross-functional work, and it's a great company, and I wish hockey did pay the bills.
And then finally, tell me about this championship game tonight. Should be a great final, right, against Wayzata?
Yeah, should be a good game. I'm predicting a low-scoring game. You know, our game last night was low-scoring. They've got a great goalie. We know that. And it'll be a battle. It'll be a hard-fought game, both two physical teams, and I'm excited to see what happens.
All right, Ryan, thanks for taking time with us. Good luck tonight and all season.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, Ryan Coyne, former Maple Grove goalie, now an assistant coach and a goalie coach for the Crimson. We'll take a break, and Jay and Dan will have the second period highlights and then the third period of the Turkey Trot Tournament right after this.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center. Moorhead leading Edina 1-0 after 2 periods of the third place game in the CCX Turkey Trot Tournament. Look at some highlights from period 2. Obviously we didn't have any scoring in the period, but still fairly eventful one. There's some opportunities there as, ouch, as Weigel got hit hard there. And then another pretty decent opportunity there that he kicks out. Here's a shot that just goes off the tip of his glove and over the top. Ryerson cutting to the net with a great backhand chance that Klarkowski fought off there. And then a great move to the net. That may be as good a save as he's had all night right there. And then Ryerson getting a shorthanded breakaway, but not able to put it away. And then there was a big rebound that was blocked as well. And you see the shots through 2 periods heavily favoring Edina, chances as well. And Moorhead's taken 4 penalties, but not that different from what we were saying after the first period. Edina probably the better of the overall play, but Weigel and the Spuds have been able to fight them off, and so they still lead it 1-0 heading into the third. We'll take a timeout. The Zamboni's done its work. The teams will be back out in just a moment, and the third period is up next here between Moorhead and Edina.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Just 1 goal on the board. The goalies have largely done their jobs, maybe even more so the guy on the left there, as Kai Weigel has been tested quite a bit here tonight. Robbie Klarkowski has done well also. Did have 1 goal go in against him in the first period, but overall it's been a good night for goalies so far. And 1 period to go here in this 3rd place game. And again, 2nd game in a row to start the season, and we already thought we were seeing some somewhat tired legs in that second. Now you kind of see who is able to regroup and get going. And I think it also might make you lean on your depth a little bit more too, as you might see a 3rd line play like a more regular, always going through the 3rd line, and maybe even a 4th line occasionally too.
I think this early in the season, regardless of the tournament championship or not, you really absolutely want to play 3 lines for sure, and a 4th if you can. We'll see how this works out. We'll see who grabs their legs here for the 3rd period. Edina started to look a little better.
Yeah, as Coach Giles told John, a lot of things we like the way we were doing, and just when you're not able to score, it kind of magnifies a few things that aren't going as well, and you, to a certain extent, you just have to tip your cap to the other team's goalie a little bit as well. Kraft putting it out front. Ryerson, a redirect there. Wow, Klarkowski was ready as he's tested a half minute into the 3rd. Corton trying to drag that puck past, but he couldn't do it. Cowan sliding it across for Vandervoort. Vandervoort fanned on that pass though, and Ryerson will pick it up. Ryerson's going to dump it in and head off on a change. And they ring this one all the way out. Let's see, no ice, it was tipped. Weigel will stop it. Tipped up along the wall, Blythe knocking it ahead there and thrown in deep by Corton as the official slipped. Klarkowski ran into traffic on his way back to the net, but it all worked out all right. Alderson in there to pick it up for the Spuds. Revening checking Blythe and comes up with the loose puck. Banked in here by Ryan Flaherty.
Well, Flaherty went in there really strong. I like the way he stood up there and got his up spread out and dominated that forecheck.
Yeah, you're not really seeing signs of Edina looking frustrated. I mean, they've just continued to work hard and generate chances. None of them have gone in so far, but they haven't really altered their focus, it doesn't seem like.
They got 25 shots on goal. You can't knock that. If they didn't have that, if they had more like 10 right now, I think I'd be more concerned as a coach. But once the 1 goes in, look out. I got a feeling that the gate's going to crash on whoever they're playing.
Warpinski banking that one to the corner. Mason throwing it out front, and that one just deflected away there by Cullen Wilson. Spud's able to get it out to center. Sandvin will throw it right back in. Creer tying up and in the corner there, but the Hornets able to keep possession, at least for the time being. Dig that puck off the wall, and good strength there. Now Olsen to pick it up here for the Hornets. Bounced off Creer's check. Bounces wide of the net. Olsen gets to it again here for Edina. And now the Spuds finally able to get it out. Wilson ran into traffic though as he dumps it just outside the blue line. Songstead trying to thread that one through, but Kraft was offside, so we had to let that one go. And this pass misses everyone for icing.
There we go, that stretch pass again, by gosh. You know, they're going to pull that out every once in a while in the third period. I think it's a good idea. You know, this is one of those strange hockey games, Jay, where one team seems to be having the upper hand, yet they're down by a goal.
Hornets able to win the draw. Banked out to center, and no icing there as they chase it down in the corner. Tip to the front, but Arnold comes up with it now for Moorhead. Off of Ryerson's stick and in deep. Ryerson closing fast to get to it. Now Ness trying to come out, but a nice play by Cole to take it. Cowan putting on the brakes and comes back the other direction. Now they're going to float one up long at center, and Vandervoort will wind up with it. But nice check by Arnold, and it slipped away from him, and it almost went right to Cole in front.
Again, this D here has been pretty active so far this period. They're holding the line. They're getting much more puck control and movement.
Jabbed away there, and Ryerson will come up with it. Going to fling it into the corner as White goes after it. Push back out to Creer at the point. Creer shooting. It's deflected over the net there by Alderson. Alderson comes up with it here for Moorhead. But then that pass picked off by Halverson. Creer jumping in to break it up. And let's see, we have a hand pass perhaps here. Edina leading Moorhead in the JV third place game 4-1.
So we have the same bracketology there as we do here.
Pair of 10s facing off here, Corton and Halverson. Halverson a clean win for Edina. Revening. Banking it off the boards. It comes into the high slot here. Alderson up with it for Moorhead. Lindbergh stood up there as he tried to get that puck into the deep in the zone. Now back out to center, but bounced off the stick of West. Here's Creer back to gather it for Moorhead. Creer turning the corner and gets up ice. Throws it in deep there.
Well, there's the best breakout play in the world. Defenseman just took it and ran right out with it. Nice job, Creer. Creer, my fault.
Pass ahead now, Edina. Little trailer here. Oh, and jabbed away. Nice work by Alderson. Here's Hasbargen. And they're offside.
Good opportunity there by gosh, boy. You just hate to see those offsides, but yeah, that's pretty typical of early season play, though. You're still trying to get your timing and rhythm down. Boy, it wasn't even close.
Spud's able to control the draw, pass a little behind Wilson there. He goes in on the forecheck trying to free it up, and now it bounces loose and thrown on net. Klarkowski knocks it to the corner. Arnold pinching in. And they get it down deep. Centering pass there was blocked. Moorhead keeping it in, and we're approaching 10 minutes to go in the third. Still 1-0 Moorhead. That's been our score since midway through the first. The only goal of the game coming from Ryerson on a deflection out of a pass out front there by Kraft. Dexheimer back to get it here for Edina. Jump back to the Moorhead line. Arnold will get it. They're trying to catch him on a change here. Ryerson chipping it ahead. Cullen now will head off as Revening picks it up. He'll reverse it, but Baumgartner is there. You kind of get the feeling that both teams have sort of figured out the other team's breakout, and they've figured out how to choke it off, and now sometimes you're having to go to plan B, and it isn't always happening as quick as you'd like, just instinctively for some of these plays.
That's true. I like the stretch play idea that Moorhead started using early in the game a few times. They can at least go to that and give it a whirl.
Back to Lindbergh. Kraft in the circle shooting. Klarkowski the save, then a rebound. Trickles to the other side as Ryerson is being tied up. Revening breaks free to get it, but turned it over almost. Then he got it out. Back in the Moorhead zone, Ryerson playing it. Greer banking it ahead. Kraft tipping it ahead. Revening back to gather it here for Edina. Hornets have yet to score in the two tournament games. They lost to Maple Grove 2-0, trailing Moorhead 1-0 right now. And chopped on out of there. Ryerson flipping it ahead, but then taken right back by Sandvin. And here come the Hornets. Vandervoort dropping it back, all alone, but the shot sails high for Cowan. Trying to go up high, glove side there on Weigel. Sandvin, he'll float one in, blocker save there. And then back to an open point as the Hornets were changing defensemen. Mason sending it ahead there, but picked off. Songstead couldn't get it in deep though. Look out, here comes Flaherty. Flaherty waiting for help coming. Flaherty trying to jam it in there. Weigel covers it and then holds on as he's being hacked at there. Those are the kind, it's not going to be pretty when you go to cover that one because there's a lot of traffic, but there's a look. That one's sailing wide.
This is a good move here. I like that. He just came in the short side there. Held his ground. Stayed there in front. Did a good job.
Spuds control it off the draw, but nice leverage there by West to throw that check. West breaking free, got it out front. Now Revening keeping it in. Halverson trying a little toe dredge there, but blocked by Songstead. Spuds can't get it out. Songstead may or may not be hooking him there. Halverson trying to convince the official that he is. Blythe uses his body well to get that one out. Now a penalty coming up against the Hornets. Delayed call coming against Edina. Now it will be whistled down.
Oh, yeah, and I was just about to comment, we really haven't seen a lot of penalties since the first period. It's been pretty clean, but...
West right there took
bet.
Blythe down for a hook.
Hook or a hold.
I think they were maybe a little frustrated just a little bit earlier that there was in the corner, there was, what they maybe felt should have been a penalty on Moorhead, and maybe came back a little bit retaliatory type thing. So now Moorhead to the power play here. Boy, this is a big kill for Edina. This kind of game, if they go up 2, it would be pretty big. Kraft floating one, and it was blocked, and Klarkowski catching it out of midair. So we'll have another face-off in the Edina zone here. 7:06 to play in the hockey game. Moorhead leading at 1-0 here in the third place game of the CCX Turkey Trot Tournament. Again, Wayzata Maple Grove Championship coming up here after this one.
All the power plays you've seen in the tournament the past day or two, there's only been one power play goal scored in the tournament.
Cross to the other side and off the pipe. Arnold, great puck movement there side to side, and they had Klarkowski beat, but hit iron. Kraft coming up with it. Back out to the point. Lindbergh, he'll keep it rotating. Ryerson shot though blocked by Sandvin. Point again here, Lindbergh. Kraft in the circle, oops, into the skates of Ryerson. And Edina able to clear to center anyway, but Lindbergh will turn and go with it. Now they get situated again.
Boy, it was nice convenient that the Edina box was right there. They could get a somewhat of a change there. Moorhead came right back with it real quick.
Cleared all the way down the rink. 35 to go in the man advantage here from Moorhead as they got one great chance, but it went off the pipe. Lindbergh over to Ness. Ness will chip it to the corner. Revening first to it. Now Kraft trying to keep it alive there, but cleared on down. Weigel stopping at only 5 to go in the power play, so Edina's pretty much killed this one off. Banked ahead. Back into the Moorhead zone. West chipping it away from Creer, but now carried ahead. Brooks Cullen dropping it back to Creer. Baumgartner fell down and they can't quite get it out. And Moorhead needs to be careful here not to, be too much into just protecting the lead here and stay, you stay sound, but stay aggressive trying to bring that puck up ice. And there's a pass across. Oh boy! Now the rebound loose and Weigel scrambles back, but his D helped him out.
Yeah, you're right, Jay. I mean, you sit here and just, oh wow.
One-handed try there and a great move to the net by Cullen. Here come the Hornets again. Solid check thrown there by Hasbargen to knock Revening down. Hasbargen not the biggest guy out there, but he had a good beat there on Revening and knocked him down.
That would be leverage. Good opportunity here. Oh, nice save. Wow, that glove came flying out of there. Boy, Edina's really had their chances. They're just snake bit right now, Jay. They just can't get one past the goalies.
Pass picked off. Long bank there. Olsen hustling after it. And it's going to be icing against Moorhead, so we'll come back into the Spuds end of the rink here. And here's another little opportunity where you're learning to protect the lead here in an early season game like this too. And
well, you should still attack, but use your head too. Make sure at least there's 3 guys back at all times. You never want all 3 guys below the face-off dots in the attack zone.
That shot hits traffic in front, then swept to the corner. Pass over to Arnold here, receives it off the boards. They were onside as they came in. Kraft dropping it back to Arnold, and it deflects out front. Ness trapping it down there. Ryerson can't quite get to it before Olsen, but Olsen they were changing, and so that pass came to an open wing. Moorhead looking to counter quickly as Ryerson chips it in and goes after it himself. Ryerson strong on his skates.
Yes, he is.
Playing it down deep. Corton. And they got one on net. Knocked out of there by Klarkowski. Vandervoort bringing it in. And a nice shot block there, but the puck's still loose, and then a rocket sails over the net. Ryerson will bank it out.
About another minute here, they'll be taking the goalie if they don't score before that. So we'll keep our eye on that. So try to get a 6th attacker out there.
And net may have come off here as there was some traffic around Weigel there. Another important draw coming up in the Moorhead zone. Hornets end up with it. Oh, and Weigel had to get away from him there on a shot up into his midsection. Comes back out to the point. Here's a shot off of Weigel's chest. Rebound. Bounce to the corner. Hornets coming at him. Deflects away out front. Going to be a penalty on Arnold. And Arnold and Halverson getting into it a little bit after the fact as Moorhead's Arnold is going to get a penalty. Interference.
He just reached down and grabbed him. Just not a very smart play here when you're holding a 1-0 lead.
So an interference penalty against Arnold.
Well, the good news of this situation now is Moorhead will be able to ice it. No problem, and take a few extra shots at the net there.
Oh, and Edina, an unforced offside there. Just ran into each other. Now, keep in mind, Klarkowski might be coming out before too long as well, so it would be an extra attacker, if you will, here with the power play. But yeah, you're right. That is one nice thing is, you know, when you're down a man, you don't have to worry about icing. You just, at first opportunity, just hammer it down the rink.
As soon as he gets it across that second blue line, they're going to take the goalie. And there he goes.
Hornets. 6-on-4 advantage now as the extra man jumps in. Being patient with it here as they'll bring it out top. Revening shooting, and that one deflects up into the netting.
Boy, nice stick work there by the Spuds. Get that thing deflected.
I think we're going to have a timeout taken here, and a good time for that here. 1:07 remaining in our third place game. Edina down 1-0, but on a power play late. And there's a look at all the past champions of this tournament. And for 2022, it's either going to say Maple Grove or Wayzata as that championship game is coming up. There's the Maple Grove guys getting set to take the ice as they watch the end of this one a little bit.
Brand new jerseys. They came yesterday just before the game, and I really like them. They're nice looking.
Happened to be standing near Pat O'Leary, the Wayzata coach, and I mentioned that Maple Grove's jersey, and he said, "Yeah, I know the feeling. Our socks aren't here yet. We're having to use old socks because they all didn't arrive." But
oh boy,
supply chain issues hit high school hockey too, apparently.
Oh man.
Guys look pretty loose down there watching the end of this one and getting ready for their own contest.
Well, the Moorhead to walk out of here with a 1-0 win would be a real feather in their cap right now.
Well, these face-offs become so big here too, especially when you're short a man. They're able to get that draw control, but not out. Hornets working that left side. Out front it comes. Weigel knocked it down. Eventually cleared, but they're saying it was covered. And it'll be a face-off in the Moorhead zone. And Weigel a little bit slow to get up here, it looks like. Edina doing all they can to bother him and get on top of him. And
it just shows you the importance of winning the face-off, too. I mean, my gosh, Edina got right back and went right at it.
Ooh, Weigel might have got kicked a little bit there in the way.
Why would anyone want to be a goalie? It's just sometimes that just boggles my mind.
Here we go again. 54.8 seconds to go. Back out to the point, Revening a drive into traffic. Ryerson at the empty net, and he hits it. Ryerson, an empty netter for the Spuds, and they will now go up 2-0. A short-handed empty netter, no doubt, no less.
Well, Jay, looks like Edina is going to walk out of here 0-2. Wow.
And there you get back to what you talked about being short-handed.
Yep.
The one advantage it does provide, he has no hesitation, no reason not to, to be worried about icing it there.
Yeah.
If he misses the net, who cares?
Yep.
And instead he hits it from very long distance. Now the game's not quite over, especially considering that there's a power play. Obviously getting 2 this late, pretty tough, but Edina still wanting to come hard here late. Weigel banking it around, and it takes a good Moorhead bounce and all the way back out. So under a half minute to go. Barkowski is back in the net, so it is going to be Moorhead a happy bus ride home here. Obviously they would have rather be the championship team, but you bounce back and get that third place. Good feeling nonetheless, especially beating a good Edina team. That one thrown wide of the mark. Spuds come out of there with it, and it is Moorhead at times
there we go.
Outplayed tonight. They were certainly outshot, but they got great goaltending and did a good job of protecting that lead, and they end up getting an empty netter there late as Ryerson scores a pair for the Spuds. So Moorhead winning the third place game by a score of 2-0, and the look on Kurt Giles' face says it all right there.
Yeah.
As his Hornets will be 0-2. Take a quick time out and come back here with more of our coverage of the third place game, and then the championship up later, Maple Grove and Wayzata.
Time for our post game now for the third place game for the Turkey Trot tournament as Moorhead defeats Edina by a score of 2-0. Kai Weigel, the Moorhead goalie, has joined us. He's been through a lot tonight. You got blood going on and everything. You've been through a war.
Yeah, it was a battle, but it feels good to come away with a win and end the weekend.
31 saves last night, 32 in a shutout tonight. How good does this feel?
It feels amazing, Get a win, first one of the year, and then look forward to Tuesday and next weekend.
You got your home opener coming up next week. How much do you look forward to that?
Really excited to be back in the Sports Center in front of our fans, and then, just be back at home.
How about this weekend? What did you see from your team that you liked both last night and tonight?
A lot of grit and a lot of battle, a lot of effort. I mean, we started down 2-0 last night, fought back, didn't win that one, and even tonight, just battling all day. So, yeah.
You enjoy playing competition like this to start the season? How much does it help your team long term, do you think?
It's amazing. I wish we could play these teams every game. Those types of games just build a team and get us ready for the state tournament.
I enjoyed this one. Congratulations on the win. Have a good season.
Thank you.
Weigel, Moorhead goalie. His team wins tonight in the third place game, 2-0 over Edina. Championship game still to come tonight on CCX, Maple Grove and Wayzata. Stay tuned. We'll have it for you in about 20 minutes. For Jay Wilcox and Dan Ficken, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for watching Turkey Trot Hockey on CCX 1.